Hello and welcome to Blimey TV. I'm sitting here after Carlisle. I've just beaten Barrow 1-0 in the first Cumbrian derby. I say Cumbrian derby, maybe some would argue they're in Lancashire, but you can argue over borderlines all you want, but at the end of the day, we took 3 points from a semi-local side, which I think it's very unfair to judge a team on derby performances. I mean, an example in the Premier League is Man United, Man City, the Manchester derby. I mean, Man United took 6 points off Man City last season. Doesn't make them the better side. I think in this case, though, I think my aim for this season was to finish above Barrow, and I think that put us really in front of them today. I think they're on 2 points, we're on 6. We've got 3 times as many points as them now, and we're 1 point outside that playoff place. I know it's a bit too early to tell where teams are going to end up, but I think two home wins in a row. I think both of them were good performances, at least in the first half, because I'm noticing a pattern which is really good in the first half, trail off in the second. But the main concern, although I'm really happy with 3 points, and I'm really glad at the end we really remained solid. There was a few scares, and I think that's probably the scariest football match I've ever watched, and I would not wish that last half an hour on any Carlisle fans, and I hope you're all okay and none of you have actually had heart attacks over that performance. But I think at the end of the day, although we did get the 3 points, we've lost possibly our best player out of just a moment of stupidity in Aaron Hayden lashing out in very, very early in the second half. I think it was 65th minute, something like that. Aaron Hayden, I think from a vice captain you expect more from him doing things like that. And although I think in the first half he was definitely our best player, either side of the pitch, Rod McDonald was falling back and Aaron Hayden was going to deal with the problem, and more often than not he did. And then I think he had a really good game up until that point where he just made one bad mistake that sent him off, got him sent off. And now I believe he's banned for 3 matches. It might be less, might be more. I don't know. I'm waiting to hear what happens with that. We can't. I really don't want him out, because although I do like the look of Max Hunt and Jack Armour coming in, I think Aaron Hayden we relied heavily on him going back. Although another player who could play in that centre back role is John Mellish, the player who got the only goal in today's match. Earlier on in the first half, I think Mellish really proved all the Mellish haters wrong, because he's got a lot of stick. He has people been giving him shit on Twitter, I've seen at least. I think he really proved them wrong today. I believed he was good from the start. I know I can say that. I think last week at Scunthorpe the goal was his fault, but I think he's really redeemed himself today, and I think he's firmly put himself back in Chris Beech's. He's solidified himself in Chris Beech's lineup a bit more, and combining that with Dean Furman, I don't know how long he's going to be out for, because there's been no clarification from the club on how long he's going to be injured for. Or even if it isn't injured in the first place, but that's what I'd assume with him not even being in the squad today. But yeah, John Mellish, good game today. Possibly could have had a second. I remember even earlier than his first goal, he rose for another header like the one he scored, but missed. Or maybe he didn't miss and it skimmed off the top of his head, which is what it looked like to me. But either way, it didn't go in, and that's what counts. Taylor Charter's coming on in there through the last, I think, I said the last 5 minutes, but it turned out to be the last 15, with that obscenely large amount of added time, 12 minutes I think it was in the end. 112 minutes being played from some of the players, and I think that's a good effort to keep a clean sheet against, I believe, the conference's top scorer last season, or at least one of the deadliest scorers in conference last season, and for 102 minutes we kept him quiet. I can't lie, throughout the summer transfers, he was one of the players I was kind of fingers crossed hoping we would sign, but I didn't say anything because I know the local rivalry rivalry would probably get him a lot of abuse over here, but he's one of their players that I have admired. I think today we kept him quiet, and he did have a poor game. I noticed a lot, especially when we had our big chances towards the start. Somebody would run past him, and he would give up and just trail back. He's not a defensive striker at all. He lives, I think he waits at the top of the pitch, and he does not track back at all from what I saw today. Which is in exact the contrast to what Gimme Toure did today. I think he played well, obviously got the assist, tracked back when he needed to. I saw him put in not only some good crosses going forward, but also some good defensive tackles at the back. I think, he's really been really relied on him, and I think it's clear the difference between this week's and last week's games, how much we do actually rely on him, which, although it's good to have a player that we can rely on, I don't think we should be relying on individual players. However, Gavin Riley comes on, who I assume if anything was to happen to Gimme Toure, he would be the one coming in to replace him. I think he played well today. He made he took advantage of a Barrow error at the back that probably should have been scored. And at the very least, probably should have got one of the Barrow men sent off for a red with him being the last man, brought down. However, the ref, although he was quick to get out the red for our challenge, wasn't so quick to get the red out for theirs, and ended up only with a yellow card. However, at the end of the day, we go on to next week. We take the 3 points, see our league position rise to just a point outside the playoffs. I think 2 points outside the automatic promotion places, and we carry on, build on this result, and that's about it. I'll see you next week in a bit.